Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Blair. Thank you, Yanko. You're right. Mohan's dream. Why is that, Mo? Is it because our man Stan is inside the server and looking to take Liquid's head off again?
It's because for the first time ever, we can't lose. Someone wins here. We are guaranteed a victory over in North America. I have to wonder, obviously, if Wildcard can win the rematch versus Liquid. It's something to win the first time, and it is not a surprise that a player like Stanislaw, who can do it with prep, especially versus a team that he is coming up in the same region as, to figure out how to do it. I'm not surprised to see that. But to win the rematch is, I think, a different level of accomplishment. I think if Liquid lose this would be amazing for Wildcard, of course, but it would be a pretty big tragedy for Liquid on this day to join in with Complexity, who are also, well, had a worse day, that's for sure.
Yep, the worst day you can have.
The worst day you could possibly have. That's actually...
At least both these teams walk away with, at the very least, one win. But let's see if the rematch on the same map can go the same way. Yakindar under a microscope as of late. And he gets killed trying to reclaim middle off of an aggressive stance from Team Liquid. Wildcard come out 4 versus 2 in a pistol. I think the analyst desk highlighted it well, right? This could very well bank on another underperformance from Twist. Will you get such a poor Inferno performance from Twists in back-to-back best of ones in a head-to-head on the same map, etc.?
Yeah, you know, and most of us would say no.
Most of us.
Very unlikely, but...
You know what else is unlikely? Wildcard being at the major. Wildcard being one of the first 2 teams to qualify through the Americas RMR.
Yeah,
for them to beat Liquid and Pain and Fnatic. Ooh, it's all unlikely. It's the beauty of their story. Naf down into the 1v3 clutch for the pistol, gets double faced from sight, and Wildcard will indeed take first blood.
And it's excellent. I mean, I just love to see Stanislaw sticking around for so long. He was very comfortably in the tier 2 of NA, not making too much noise, not bragging about accomplishments, just playing, just building up some of the newer players in the region, obviously getting some support from other regions here, but also players who are not established. They didn't make any blockbuster buyouts. They're bringing in Fuzi, who is playing with NIP in the Academy League, and Jaba, of course, who has been taking names recently, looking very solid overall.
You know, Jaba ends up being the North American that Stan kind of puts all his chips on, right? As this team has gone through transformations, as his run in NA, as he's kind of siphoned out some of the other North Americans to bring in European talent in Fuzi and Susp, he has very much kind of brought Jaba up to this level, and his hype lies behind him, which is fun to watch. We'll see if it, you know, all comes to fruition again tonight.
And I'd say on the other side, we've got Ultimate, who has been very exploratory with his playstyle. He has gone from very aggressive openings to playing a little bit too passive to trying that again, and in there had a period of slump, a period of reinvention, I think I called it.
Yes, sir.
So now with his form coming back a little bit more, it's going to be interesting to see where he's landed in terms of where's that sweet spot, and has he found it right now, just in time for the major? That's the question. But look at this round. So far, so good for Wildcard. They've ISO'd JKS on the site. Full wrap coming in. Standard play here. This works on full gun rounds as well. And it looks like JKS will be as good as dead, you would assume. Nobody coming in to help him.
You've got no support, brother. Hate to break it to you. Mac-10 comes gunning forward. Stan takes the head off. And that is the conversion, sure enough, for Wildcard.
Yeah.
All of that practice, preparation, game tape that he would have studied to deal with Team Liquid in their opening game of the RMR. I'm sure, honestly, it kind of cuts the workload for Stan to be able to jump into this next best of one. Again, the repeat, right? And that's the repeat instance. I do know that coming back into the same map maybe favors the favorite in the sense that they should be able to rebound. But if we value Stanislaw's prep, right, then I think that there's no arguing that was why the upset happened in the first place.
Sure.
And I do believe there is a chance they can tap back into that again, but it'll also boil down to individuals, right? And whether that's a positive performance from somebody on Wildcard, or yet again, this negative, slow start that we saw from Liquid last time.
It's like Yanko pointed out, Yakinder plays B on this map. It's the most important position on the map, bar none. Most important part of the map on Inferno. His performance needs to be good. You know, as long as he's still in the event, and regardless of how the rest of the season went, FURIA Kinder, it's all about this major. It's all about this match right here. All your sins can be forgiven if you go deep in the major.
Especially as that major now ends the season of Counter-Strike for the very first time. A welcome change. So many questions left to be answered here for Counter-Strike in 2024, and we get our answers in Shanghai. For better or for worse. The tale of Team Liquid will be one of promise, right? Of peaks, potential, and Ultimate's ability to usually farm lesser opposition like this, because as he had gone through his period of reinvention and exploratory phase, right? There's one thing about Ultimate, when he plays lesser opposition, he is at the top of those charts.
Sure.
And it's versus Tier 1 that maybe we start to see his kind of shortcomings. But this should not be the problem, right? We're talking about a team put together by, at times, rejects. Sonic had been a North American representation for so long with his other, you know, the bravado South African players. There was a time where he didn't think he was coming back, and yet now here he is, literally playing the best Counter-Strike of his career.
Oh yeah,
highest rated ever.
Yeah.
Fuzi, somebody who even within Europe gets rejected, right? You know what Fuzi's last team was? Rare Atom.
Rare Atom.
Process
oh my God,
that.
yeah. That's
you know?
right, that's right. Maybe he'll have some fans here in Shanghai.
Couldn't make it happen with the Asian Counter-Strike, trying to make it happen in NA. But here we go. Pistols.
There's a lot of CTs here still, actually.
One more to the backside. Twists empty-handed. Ultimate by surprise. Slides out. 10 seconds to the clock in the 2v2. It's the perfect distraction at the perfect time. Back turn to Yakinder. Looking for the second stab into the clutch. He tracks the SMG as it swings. He predicts the peek off short.
Oh, the bullets are running out.
No, but he's got it.
Wow.
All's good. All he needs, 5 HP for Stan to post their third.
Yeah, that's a huge clutch. That is huge. Liquid definitely could have won that round. I think right after that frag, after swinging to default, I think moving to default was the wrong move with his teammate wrapping around slowly. He couldn't buy enough time. And a 2v1 where they both swung at the same time would have definitely sealed the deal there on Stanislaw, but it was still a hard position from him. Low on ammo. 3 kills, no deaths. 3 rounds here for Wildcard. Best start you could ask for.
Stan tries to make a move out middle, but too much pressure out of the utility for him to full commit.
Now this is a spot where, you know, sometimes you approach from both sides and okay, if they just do that, it's safe for Ultimate. If they come in from both, it's a little bit more risky. But they just wanted to get him off the angle. You can tell Wildcard love to just make it a 5v5, just push back everybody as quickly as possible. They went for sort of a safe pick play as they peeked into mid.
Uh-oh.
But didn't actually risk anything. Instead, they come away with banana control. They have the CT's playing retake on the B side at the moment. And they're forming the exec pretty quickly now.
Yeah, even with that missed Molotov, they still fancied their chance by walking through smoke, laid down the full exec, and Naf's going to try to underhand a flash here for Yakinder. He comes out, and they don't see him.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good double, and Naf's going to deliver himself another.
Oh, the way he fought that was beautiful.
2 defenders, both with a double kill to their name, and it is enough to stop Wildcard in their tracks. Sonic down to 20 seconds, knows that he is surrounded, knows the chance is so incredibly slim. But will they overreach? No, sir. Ultimate from downtown. Team Liquid take their first.
It's an excellent moment for Yakinder. Of course, it's the flash from Nafly over top of Spools. That makes it look like he's going to go for the push. Of course, that flash is perfectly effective for everybody coming into Banana, so it's a great opportunity for Yakinder. Sometimes if that flash comes in from CT spawn and the rest of the Ts who aren't blind know it, they're just going to keep their eyes on the smoke push. But in this spot, Naf times it perfectly, and he gets his 2 kills as well.
Team Liquid stopped the bleeding in round 4. Unfortunately, Wildcard, because of that round where Stan's able to post the clutch, here's the limits. Oh, Fuzi. Oh, he has has a chance.
That is such, I mean,
balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall, and that's a play we know Fuzi likes to make. But you just got to land the shot. As simple as that. That's the op. There's no other rifles on the board here for Wildcard. That would have been the 5v4. They can go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah. It's a key weapon reclaimed. But Ultimate's also standing here on the prowl, so supported with that forwards bracket control at the moment.
It looks crazy. And
makes
because
sound
he misses,
falling off.
It looks silly, but it's clearly a good risk. He got himself into a strong position with a manageable shot.
But it just slips away. What could have been the 5v4, a weapon reclaimed, and you know this forced rotation into the A site. But
look at the setup though. Liquid are really treating this like it's a full buy on the other side. So rotation's going to be slow. If Wildcard are feeling frisky, they might move quickly into Ykinder. A lot of pressure on him.
Oh, I like that Twist gets active here, but could also get caught. Tech9 headshot dinks him, and he can't finish off Stanislaw.
They see the bomb trying to sneak over towards the B site, but now look at them.
They're also stuck inside of A. Team Liquid still not scrambling.
Help, yeah.
Ykinder in the backside. Susk's gonna come clear it. He does die, so good hold from Ykinder so far, but he swings out. He swings so far out. 3 players ready and waiting for said peak. Felt squeezed, and instead he offers up a bomb plant here for Wildcard. This started with an unsuccessful op peek into the apartments. Sonic has got his hands on the big green. Jabo with the rifle. Flash is great. It gets Sonic off the angle, and that retake pressure very much coming through with good utility as well here for Ultimate, but Sonic is going to clip Naf. M4 leans back into the site. This is Wildcard puncturing into a bomb site they have no business taking from Ykinder, and they aren't even going to chance this retake. Wildcard send an upset Liquid's way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a moment where Ykinder maybe could have saved him with 2 kills or more, or whatever, but it's also a spot where is his rotator, right? You have 3 players there on the A site. Twist just saw the bomb walking towards B after getting out of underpass. This is a moment where Nafly, I think, playing Arch should have been at least taken half a lead towards Ykinder. There was also no flash for the rotator, and that's why Ykinder just went for some sort of wild wide swing, because he knew there was no utility coming in to support him. So again, it's a moment where they actually play it like they're playing versus a full buy, which is a bad thing if there are Tech9s on the other side of the board, because they'll move a little faster. They'll run through a smoke here and there. So it's a misread on the situation, maybe brought to you by the fact that Fuzi comes into halls with an op first thing.
Right.
They don't see anything else.
Yeah, that would get your head spinning. But I co-sign. It did feel slow, right? 3 players just stuck on short side. Nobody.
Very slow, yeah. Like,
you know, and it's one thing if you're afraid to cross back through brackets, but again,
like you're calling that bomb, like you can see at least the intention is B. Like Twist is about to walk down mid because he thinks it's B, right? So communication not great there for Liquid.
Also, Stan beats Twist in a Tech9 versus AK duel. Ykinder is going to try to make up for it here. It's still a good buy for Team Liquid, of course. It's an unfortunate round result, but it's not one that really guarantees the follow-up. Wildcard down to the 5v4 again.
Yeah.
Didn't stop them last round. Will it hinder them here? Fuzi just disrespects the smoke.
Well, Ykinder's looking good. That was a clean shot.
That could end up being a very important aspect of Team Liquid's CT side. Him being a rock at this B bomb site. They peel away, though. They don't hide their presence. They do start to move this elsewhere.
The late round back to mid, but with Liquid still playing here under Porch, I think they've got a distinct advantage. We got no mollies for Porch. 1 flash here for Stanislaw.
Yep.
Going up into halls is interesting because they're making it look like an arch trap. This is actually kind of a cute call here for Wildcard.
Ultimate could be under pressure, but he puts that smoke in front of him.
It's good awareness.
Still, though, Beretta's in hand. I mean, they're going to charge in. M4 ready. Beretta's only able to tear one down. JKS position shown. Sees the player on the smoke, but can't manage. And then the op post, but Fuzi whiffs. Stanislaw, he's pushed into the bomb site, and Fuzi scoops up bomb uncontested.
Yeah, they can get the plant off safely. Stanislaw in front of the smoke.
Oh, he's not able to win his duel, though. Naf gets the better of him. Fuzi peels instantly back towards short, going in for the peak. Player players right there. Yakindar, that's one, but there's a wrap back.
Oh.
Fuzi may have missed the first, but now he nails him with two. And it's this unknown position. Twists out from apartments to save Liquid's skin.
Oh, just wide enough, early enough, and Fuzi loses a chance to make up for his earlier missed shot. In that 1-on-3, Liquid will secure a second round. It's a close call, but they'll take it. I mean, Liquid did make good use of the clues. Of course, it's not ideal to have a dualies out in pit waiting for the Halls exec, but he's right that they were going to come out with multiple players, and that off wasn't going to be enough.
Still, man,
That was my biggest problem with Wildcard, is like, I see prep being good, some execs being good, the individual consistency, though. It was individual decision-making even sometimes, obviously. And that's no shade towards them. They're bootstrapping this thing, trying to do this together, working from the ground up, and don't have like the best talent in the world, but now we're at the major.
Fast fight down Banana, no struggles for Yakindar.
God, that's crazy.
Third player in for the CTs, but he spots one on the smoke, and ultimate, that's going to be Fuzi shut down. That was the bomb down towards Banana, probably why he's so adamant about making that fight happen. Sonic into the 1v3, avoids the Arch player.
Yeah, he is heard.
What is the route here?
I think he just gets totally cut off here by Twists.
You know, Sonic, I kind of feel like, thrusted himself back into the scene when Complexity were in need of a stand-in at Dallas, I believe, in replacement of Halzer. You know, we hadn't really talked about Sonic, but he rejoined his South African brothers in TC and JT, and he delivered at that event. Kind of put him back on the radar, I think, for Tier 2 NA. But no 1v3 made possible this time. Ultimate clips his wings on the peek up Banana. That's a third for Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's another good round here for Liquid overall. Still down by one, but it's Wildcard, who have just around $2,000 each.
I do like that expression you just used where it's like Wildcard are kind of like strapping this thing together.
Yeah.
It feels to me, it's like, you know, it's like if somebody told you like, hey, yeah, I welded a car from scratch.
Yeah.
And then you'd see it and you're like, oh, that's what you built? And they're like, yeah, it runs.
Yes.
You know, like
and
it runs.
It's very impressive that you did it yourself.
Yes, good for you. Yes.
You would still like it to be a Lambo, but
you know, I might not get in it. You know, and that's why Wildcard doubters, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, you wanna stay a little bit away from this, but
we're not doubting the Gestalt in terms of how much they've made up for the fact that they're a little low on individual talent, but we are doubting maybe their odds when it comes to playing teams that are so individually skilled. But again, we are talking about a matchup they've already won. They've got to have some confidence here. And I mean, it's not like Liquid are just, you know, a perfect team where everyone's playing to their max potential. In fact, they're more of the opposite. They have yet to reach their potential or exceed it as a team.
Stanislaw is kind of like the Wright brothers. You know, he's making airplanes in his backyard.
And Team Liquid are like Amelia Earhart.
Yeah. Lost.
Getting lost.
Easy clean up there for JK as the headshot on Fuzi is a free one. And as you'd expect, this one gets swept away. Wildcard, strong start, but we're all tied up at 4.
Didn't need to throw shade at Amelia Earhart just now. We share a birthday.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. 2 peas in a pod.
Head in the clouds.
Except you vacation in Hawaii, and I'm pretty sure she landed somewhere in Bermuda.
Yeah. Where was it, actually? Because we were talking about her in Hawaii. I wonder... Okay.
Don't worry about it.
I'll get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I think they've been trying that for a while now, but hey, man, Mohan's on the case. As is Yakindar. I feel like his confidence over towards this B site has been a boon for Team Liquid as he just heads right back down into the cubbies of B. Again, not too worried about Wildcard and what they have to offer. and he's doing it on his own. His ultimate plays close on smoke. That's a dangerous game. Fuzi in with the headshot. And that is pressure on an A site, but an A site that's stacked. Right now, Team Liquid trying to take a fight up short as we get this reroute from Fuzi through CT spawn. Are Wildcard able to disengage and come back at this B site from both directions? Because right now, I mean, the possibility of the CT push has to be known.
Fuzi.
You get Yakindar caught off guard, not ready for the deep peek. Yakindar goes back at Banana, lines up 2 players, and almost pushes Susp off the ledge. Twists hot on the heels of the Banana push, but they are going to get into that B site before he can do anything to stop them. And this could be Wildcard making the most of that rotate despite the whiff.
What's going on though? Are they actually not going for it at all? It's still 3v3 and they're looking around. Finally the bomb gets planted and they are just not even going to give it a chance. How did that happen? And it's like, again, you know, where's the early rotation?
Yes.
You know, where's the early help just in case it becomes a situation like that? They get locked up so easily. Liquid, okay.
And it's not like Fuzi just pulled over, you know, some sneaky play by creeping through smoke. He just blasted Ultimate's head off and then sprinted through CT.
Yeah.
That timing was no secret. But Team Liquid caught off regardless. And
yeah, there's a it's like a, you know, they've severed the cerebellum, right? There's no communication right now between the A and the B site for Liquid, and that's definitely costing them some very strange situations. I mean, that is, in fact, the only way you hold together a CT side on Inferno is extremely strong communications because the rotation is so brutal. It's not longer than other maps, but when you think about moments where if you're at quad, you can see all the way to the back of CT, or this, you know, speedway area where if you break into there, it's so hard to keep track of somebody. You have to know what's going on your side of the map in between A and B on CT side.
And we're going to go for the banana fight. Yakindar honing in on him again. And again. And again.
Yeah, and once again, he's been pretty solid. But isn't it ironic that, like, he's also getting hung out to dry a little bit in the game he's playing well in because he's not getting the help in time?
Stanislaw just goes barreling up mid, but those apartment players within earshot, they decide not to make a further move. Wildcard happy enough to just retreat. It's afforded Wildcard a chance to group up 4 strong towards this B site. Naf is going to have to go above and beyond with Yakindar being so low. A smoke and an incendiary between these 2 B defenders. And the timing's good on the util.
Oh, yeah.
And then we see that rotation, right? Ultimate coming over from Arch, looking to join up in CT spawn. But Naf putting out the fire preemptively does cut off a few seconds that could have been held back. T's try to scale. Naf's able to hold on to the dark corner, find somebody turn. Stan and Jaba, both his victims. Sonic's going to clean up the little that's left, but Fuzi will connect the second shot and then falter. Ultimate able to come out from coffin side. Critical misses in the
so critical.
important junctions.
It's a
junkyards.
Department of Redundancy department, but yes, critical misses.
You can pick up the second shot, but missing the first just gives that little bit of timing for Liquid to seep through.
Yeah. It's like that 1v3 came down to the last frag, but he could have just hit the earlier shot and it wouldn't have had been there. That's a tough spot. And that's what I mean. That individual consistency makes it a little bit hard to believe in them. But it's not that they didn't have a great run. Can't argue that. They had a great run. And this game certainly is not over either.
Meanwhile, in terms of individual consistency, Ultimate and Naf just keep picking up double kills over towards B. It's enough to keep this game tied up at 5 a pop.
Yeah. I think their carrier pigeons are getting lost here from the A site. They need to be getting more information quickly and making faster moves.
Kinder again. Oh, but Susp hits him with that point-blank Tech 9. And that's a moment where Wildcard, you know, they don't always force the pounce. I think Wildcard does love a quick sprint and then a silent stoppage. Flash into the apartments. They are going to try to barrel forward. Easy pickups here for Twist at this distance. He's got support in front of him. JKS here to help out, and those Tech-9 stopped as they tried to climb over the balcony. Susp, you may have kicked it off with the Tech-9 kill, but nothing after that for all of Wildcard, and Team Liquid finally to take a lead.
Yeah, in a very clean way as well, you would think.
Right there for the taking. Naf gonna clean it up. Good off angle on Arch side. Right at the tail end of this half. Can they hold on to that lead though? That's the last question.
The million-dollar question. Jaba's not lighting it up just yet. Wildcard have had some good calls here. They've won an eco round or two. Some big moments for sure. It's just that Liquid looks stable enough. Despite their weird rotations. So.
Yeah. But, you know, this is a better CT side than what we got out of this head-to-head at the RMR. That was a 9T round half for Wildcard.
And there's like a little end-of-the-half taste of aggression out of the ultimate. No molly bottom mid, runs the risk, off the read, trusts himself, and profits.
You know, that kind of aggression that I think you can be afforded now that you're starting to take back control of this game. Obviously, just the round count at the start had Liquid on their toes, but in the driver's seat goes ultimate. And if history repeats, Liquid have a T side of their own to offer.
The setup can get very awkward. Looks like they're going to peel back into watching halls. But Wildcard look for this timing constantly. Molly actually just allows them to hold their position a little longer.
Down to the 45-second mark. Make sure nobody's actually pushed up. Does land that shot. JKS holds his over towards Pit with a first one. Twist's rotation in is good, and everybody does enough damage here. Oh, Suspo. Wow. That's a killer second headshot at a desperate position with 8 HP and 25 to the clock. He'll scoop that bomb up, and it will be uncontested. Gonna wait for that smoke to fade. Naf and Yakinda are trying to join forces here to just put this final round to bed. Susp with 2 killer headshots. Gonna have to do it 2 more times if he wants to post this 1v4. Ready for the player towards library. Contact made, that's 3. Susp looking to go above and beyond as Yakindar creeps in behind him. Susp not realizing it, but now that molly pops and it's off the mark. Susp locked into the corner. Yakindar comes in to clear it and will deny him his clutch. Oh, what could have been.
Oh, yeah.
A 7-5 half for Liquid instead.
Yeah, another nice try in a very desperate situation here for Wildcard, but still Liquid with that stabilize. I can't help but feel like they're playing with a little bit too much respect in some of these moments. Some of the rotations are slow, some of the retakes are just a little too calculated where it doesn't feel like they're trusting their individuals as much, but credit to Wildcard for trying to take advantage of these situations. They are hitting some pretty cool shots, but it's not coming together for the rounds in the way they need it.
And those cool shots from individuals here and there, it never seems to be at the same time. We've never looked at Wildcard and said, wow, nice 2K from X and Y. Right. The same way that with Liquid over towards B site, how many doubles did we get out of Yakinda and Naf? And it's that disjointedness, to me, that's costing Wildcard this game.
That's a good point. It's like the opening kills, Maltese, and then...
Or a clutch attempt.
Yeah.
That just, unfortunately for Wildcard, isn't quite there. And I agree, like, there is maybe a little too much respect from Liquid at times in these rounds, but I feel like we're starting to see it get shed as this map goes on. And maybe that was earned by the fact that it is the same team on the same map that beat them just a week or 2 ago.
Right.
So, playing it safe, perhaps, Team Liquid, but in this head-to-head, 9 rounds on a T side was what each posted. And if Liquid can take that newfound confidence we started to see shine through, run away with it, Wildcard may be sent to the 1-1 pack.
Twist had a pretty uneventful first half, 6-4.
Sonic right to the races. Hello! Yakinder's going to find 2 in the corner.
That's nice.
Nice little snapback. Good to see
That's old Yakinder.
Yeah, play from the first half coming through already. Stanislaw holding with a smoke and frag on his belt. Opens the smoke to try and catch one, but it doesn't quite clear it all, so not an easy shot whatsoever, and he loses his rotator deep CT. Puts out his own smoke ahead of the cross smoke so that maybe they could try to cheat their way into a retake, but it's looking so desperate. Sus running for the hills already.
Well, that's brutal. Round like that at Yakinder. What can you do about it? The second shot was like a flick on glass. Beautiful stuff. And I feel like you can really notice the time to kill has come down.
Looks good.
You can really feel it now.
Time to kill in two meanings of the word. One, anybody on his screen just dies. And secondly, dude, did it not feel like he was kind of frothing at the mouth to get into gunfights on the CT side? And now, instantly in with the pistol, 3 fights in middle, takes it all up, and ends up coming in big for Team Liquid to take the T-side pistol. So I think Yakinder, dude, he may have the gloves off already, and this half could end up being a statement for him at the start of the major. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd definitely be happy for him. It's been a hard go of it here since coming onto this team. He had a whole documentary about his poor performances. I mean, that's pretty rough, you know. And credit to Liquid, it was great because it humanized it.
It's real.
In a way,
it's real
that people needed to see. It was really well done. But when you think about that on its own, like that's like the first time that's happened, and it was warranted, you know. It wouldn't have been right to be like, here's this player we want to highlight and how good he's been recently, or whatever. It wouldn't make sense.
And I feel like a lesser man wouldn't have signed up for that. And if there's one thing Yakinder is, I think it's real about the struggles. Certainly hasn't denied it. It's not delusional. Easy pickup here for Twist. Sonic kind of flustered out of the back of the bomb site. So in a round where Wildcard have so little to work with and Team Liquid have such an advantage at the start of this T side. Man, it's starting to feel to me like Team Liquid are about to just swamp what's left of Wildcard.
Yeah, I feel that too. I mean, it was, Jago brought it up. Yakinder's the win condition. Yakinder did his part, definitely, in that first half. There were weird things about the half, but no questions about Yeki. So that'll be 9. Wildcard, they obviously can still do this. And fact of the matter is, I think they've got 4 comebacks to their name so far between the RMR and now. So they've been playing from behind. We got an update on the other streams. Just curious.
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
Is this game not titillating you, Launders?
Oh, yeah, it's titting.
Virtus.pro 12-4 over Rare Adam.
Okay. I did say Rare Adam would win a game. So they'll have to do it in the best of 3.
Good luck.
I should have said map.
It would be really cool for the Chinese fans to at least get to celebrate a map win.
Yeah.
But we'll see. You don't always get what you want. That's the reality for Wildcard. They were hoping to tap back into the same formula that won Inferno over Liquid what felt like just a week ago.
I'm so curious about the crowd and MongolZ. You know, and if they're, you know, Rare Adam are out and they're the one.
They were cheering for him earlier today, so I think they've already signed up for that.
Yeah. It was, there's probably not a single person that didn't put MongolZ besides Don Hack, obviously. But.
From my understanding as well, it's like, I think FlyQuest won a bunch of Chinese fans over when they eliminated Drillas from the Asian RMR, because it kind of felt like FlyQuest stepped up to defend what is Asian Counter-Strike's turf. Yeah. And now with FlyQuest obviously opening up 2-0, I mean, I'd be cheering for him.
True.
It's one of us, you know?
Also, in terms of vacations, just as a side note, Australians, all they do is go north. They just go Asia.
True.
So
I'm happy for the Aussies that those guys woke up on normal Counter-Strike viewing times today. right? They didn't have to get up in the middle of the night to watch the boys play some CS.
Right.
And they were rewarded with such an awesome first day.
Yeah.
Oh, but I have to get up early to watch. So what, Euro nerds?
Yeah.
It's your turn to get out of bed bright and early.
I can't with the entitlement. You know, it's like kind of unreal.
They're ruining my major.
As if they're paying.
Shut.
Yeah. it's kind of ridiculous.
Where's
actually.
your dedication?
Yeah. That's
They're not catering to my needs.
No, that made me. I was very disappointed in the community for that one, a little bit for sure. Like.
All right, gun round, baby. Let's go. Wildcard, well, you got anything to offer us? Somebody's going to have to step it up. We've had good things from Sus, but clutch attempt here and there, but... Ooh, man, I look at that scoreboard, and it's a bit of a peak. Sus peaks into ultimate.
Now the tactics are flowing.
Yeah. Then again, this T-side just looks to be... This T-side looks like it has been prepared, you know, for this rematch.
Thank goodness.
Able to tap into the game plan. There's no doubt that this loss versus Wildcard would have sent Team Liquid back to the drawing board in terms of their Inferno in general. And what we didn't get this time that we did in the last match, of course, is that, you know, slow start from a couple of key pieces out of Team Liquid. Even if Twist hasn't taken over the server, he's not dying. He's 8-4. He's just kind of leading from the background and doing it well. Liquid man advantage, damage on 2, but still pressure into this A play. Balcony player is going to go into the apps and make contact with Naf to disengage from the apartments as they are going to target B. B is the target. We've got bomb inbound and a single defender over there in Sonic, who's actually able to pick up a kill to Yakindar. But over here on A, JKS continues to make it difficult. We go to 20 seconds, and this bomb's going to have to get planted.
They still have a smoke.
Sonic has done a good job of keeping the site under wraps. Jaba goes up over top. And again, bomb needs to be planted. Stan goes through smoke only to die. 10 seconds, another bit of pressure. And that's Jaba dropping the bomb in the dirt. This late lurk from JKS will find no other target. Wildcard, thanks to Sonic, hold the line.
Yeah, not bad. That looked a little silly, but when you look at time as a resource on the clock there, they had enough players to keep running through and forcing whoever was planning to get off the bomb. So even though Stanislaw comes through the smoke, instantly gets domed, no flashes or anything, and they're pushing Khan, time's ticking down all this while. They have to get this planted. There's only 2 players there, and they know for a fact that Nafly is on the other side of the map. Nafly or Kinder?
JKS.
JKS,
Yeah.
okay. 50-50.
Ooh, Naf looking to pounce on this mid play, dude. Fuzi just makes a ton of noise on the fallback, so I feel like Naf will be happy to kind of move around, keep the pressure up on A. Meanwhile, Spam comes out through the smoke on B. Yakinder's playing a dangerous game, but gets away with it. Twists ends up taking half the damage instead. And Yakindar kind of muscling them back, at least towards the top of Banana. Naf, who heard that fallback from Fuzi early, looks to pounce out from Balk. Odds are he won't do it alone, so a slower approach from Liquid out through middle. They'll find no resistance from the right side of brackets other than these nades, or will they? Fuzi starts to push out. We've got CT starting to take a look down mid. Missed up shot from Ultimate. Oh, and he gets pounced on. But JKS wins the fight on short side. Stanislaw swings. Sonic trades that, and Naf has been hesitant, worried about this kind of a position. Locked in by Jaba, and Yakindar still over towards Banana will find no chance to help Liquid on their A endeavor. So a 1v3 is demanded of him instead.
Another good example of them all keeping up pressure at the same time, poking into the exact same angle with different players and different timings to make sure they all died in mid. We can see them running through. It's Mausoleum of bodies here for Susp, and it's a 3-round game here for Wildcard. Maybe we can get another crazy comeback out of Wildcard.
Yeah, well, they didn't shy away from any fight. Not one moment in this round did Wildcard really let Liquid breathe. And we'll see if this ends up stumping Liquid, as this T side looked like it was boiling over in confidence at the start of some of these rounds. Definitely when they had the weapon advantage, but
there's still no clear star on Wildcard. They need to get it together. Fuzi's got to hit. You know, if we get another bad miss, you know, that's going to be one too many at this point.
Yeah, no star, but that last round was everybody.
Oh, Suspot tagged.
Yeah, Niakindar's so ready. Oh, but he gets turned on, and Sus able to get himself the double pistols out.
Okay.
It's good for the third. He swaps to the Galil and has still support from top mid on for the ace. And he's going to have to close it because Sonic gets hit in the background. Molotov will spread to him. JKS 1v5, if only he had more health and he could have survived the nade. Wildcard not going to give Team Liquid a chance to catch their breath.
My fault. I said no clear star, and we get Sus with a 4K, 19 and 13 now off that round. He could have died to the first guy and instead got 4 frags. Crazy how much one individual play can make a difference. And now it's back to bum guns here for Liquid. 3 smokes on this round. It's going to come with an idea. They're not exacting this just yet, but they threw an early arch smoke just to draw out some utility, and Wildcard really bid on it. They threw a lot down. Liquid intended to wait.
Can get some of those grenades out of them, but there's still smokes and Molotovs to be held on to here by Wildcard.
This could be a golden call for Twist if he really knows what the reaction was going to be. Jabus here in pit with nothing. Stanislaus got 2 flashes.
Still, it's going to take some kind of heroics out of one of these pistols.
No smokes, no mollies.
Weapon so much better for Wildcard, but they're starting to push in. Jaba holds his own. Double kill from the pit player.
Nice.
Good support from Fuzi on a library, and he's not going to let Yakindar bait that shot out. No, sir. He hits, and Wildcard within 1.
10-9. Yeah, they are walking this back. Round 20 looking very much alive. These some good rounds here. That's solid. And even though Wildcard threw a lot of utility down, they still played great positions for a lane or Hall's attack. And everyone fragged this time. No shots missed from Fuzi. This game might be a bit too close for comfort here for Liquid.
It was the pistol and conversion for the 3-round start on this T side, but nothing since. And still every round, Wildcard come through with a plan to action. Shout out Stan yet again.
Stan, the idea man.
One of the few North American in-game leaders to actually lead a team to the major. Last done by him in Stockholm. Himself, Daps, Nitro. It's a short list. Twists, obviously now, but a newcomer to the role. Stan's done it with less. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, here's Stan at the major, and no offense to me, but NRG are at Launder's Land.
Yeah, you got a point. Sus looking to throw out incendiaries, but ahead spotted. Jaba just gets that little bit of vision on JKS, who thought he was being sneaky. But his head on a silver platter goes 5v4 for Wildcard in a very critical gun round. Liquid, what do you have left to offer? What is the response? What was starting off to be kind of a Yakindar attack on all fronts is he's kind of been slowed down in recent rounds as they've crept and crawled and tried to put things into position. And seemingly muzzling Yakindar in the process. Ahead of the smoke grenade is Susp. He could go for a peek down mid. Naf wary of the chase, ready but not able to stop it. Susp, good kill. And so this B hit is very much inbound. Fuzi's blind and on the approach, misses his chance at the smoke spam. So this is indeed going to be Team Liquid into the B site and holding. Boost yet again, this time predicted. Yakindar finds the double. And Team Liquid cut it down into the 3v3, but it's low health for the Latvian as he tries to get off-site through smoke and over towards Banana. No approach on that half. Wildcard all from spawn.
There was no way to draw their attention away. That boost was a little too obvious, so now it's an even game.
Ultimate.
Oh, they're going up again, though. That's a good idea.
They'll catch him. Stanislaw. Oh, one and done, but Ultimate on the 8K.
Yo, he can rifle too.
It's the Europeans with a full house offered up for Liquid's round 11.
Wow, just to get on the doorstep of match point, they win the 3v5. Man, I love the second tactic. The second boost is hard to read. The first one, though, you can't do it when the map is this quiet. You're up numbers. The T's have nothing else to watch. If there was one distraction, if there was a bottom banana distraction, if there was a con distraction, then maybe people aren't watching the boost because that's something extra. But in this spot, I think it was a little bit too obvious. Yikinder did a great job of finding both the boosted player and the booster at the bottom.
However, he's down this round. Oh, from a moment of glory to the bench. In about 30 seconds flat, Naf taking over the apartments. This time there is no deep balcony peek. Our Team Liquid looking to just transition in fast, caught off. Naf swings with the SMG, but at the same time they go towards Arch, and that one's gonna cost them. Ultimate's able to trade out in this flurry of success from Wildcard, hanging on to a site under pressure. Peek from the bomb site with lesser weapons. Wildcard respond.
Yes, they do. And we were talking about Liquid with 3K or less. Twist with 4. He could buy if they want to. Wildcard are right on their heels now. That round with not much to play with. It's all going down inside a bracket. Wildcard are very comfortable in these chaotic moments in bracket.
Man, I have to question though the push through smoke by 2 players towards Arch when Naf gets the kill on short side. Could you not have just kept yourselves together and tried to go for sight? Did you need to split in that moment?
They were playing like they had the same amount of money.
Huge response from Wildcard before it gets too late. Yes, bested by the second attempt at a boost 1 round prior. And this time, no real banana contest. Susp gonna smoke bottom B.
And Susp has had a great map. Him at the top of the board, him taking out Yikinder last round.
Half wall.
His 4K on banana on a previous rifle. He's...
Oh, Stan is taking up the mantle. Stan on a risky push.
Oh, he got hit by the smoke.
Gotta pull back now.
I guess he was walking out of that anyway. I don't know if he was gonna go through.
Right.
But it looks like immediately Liquid are leaning banana. Cars opened up entirely. They don't have the best guns here, but they are making a case for themselves. If no other rotation comes in, I'm going to say this round is Liquid favored despite the guns.
I mean, Yikinder's been able to do it.
It's got to come down to Sush. He's got the AK in the back of the site. He's been a monster.
Tech9's at the forefront of this one. Utility over top. Sonic has to peel back. Tries to apply pressure. Oh, it's an early dink. Susp is low.
Oh,
and
he goes down.
Him and Ultimate yet again. And now you've offered an AK over to Yikinder.
And the money's not beautiful here for Wildcard.
Naf's going to go deep in with the bottom B control. So this is going to keep Stanislaw out of the engagement. And as long as Naf has Stan cut off, then the other 3 CTs will be fixated on by the Liquid players. But that duel is critical because it peels somebody off of the bomb site, and as they turn their heads away, JKS offers up a double. Fuzi in off of Coffins with 1, but it is Liquid to hold down B again.
Oh, it's perfectly well handled, and it's that first kill that's everything. You had a map that you could have played any way here, Wildcard. They could have set up in a number of positions. They decided to sit in that spot. I mean, it's not a bad place to be if you're so you have the right utility. You had a teammate blocking for you. Sonic rotating around after his flash, but you can see it. Liquid with top bar control, 5 alive, and no third player coming over to B. They had made a good case for that B exec. Timeout comes in here for Wildcard, but oh man, maybe Liquid are through the thick of it now.
4 rounds straight from this defense out of Wildcard, but now back and forth puts that economy in question. And it feels like this targeting of the B bomb site is what is the moment of breakthrough for Team Liquid. Not once, but now twice, banking off of a Yikindar push in.
Oh, man.
Yikindar taking to the top of the charts alongside Ultimate. And Wildcard limited again to pistols and MP9s.
So this is what it could come down to. They have won an eco, a half buy. In this half already here, Wildcard.
Team Liquid try to slot into what they think is this solution. Why not hit this B bomb site again? Why not tap into the level that Yikindar has offered from the get-go? from round one in your face, as he loves to be. And already with Molotovs blanketing Banana, they have 2 AKs setting their sights into the bomb site. Sonic, though, here to hold the line. It's a good trade drag. Back from Ultimate, who goes deep, swinging around towards Coffin, stopped by a measly 5-7. 22 frags to Susp's name. Pressure comes out from the CT spawn, but it's bombed down despite man advantage. Wildcard gonna have to collect themselves and make this happen with less.
Yeah, the plant goes down quickly. Sus can't get in front of that.
Smoke, Incendiary, and a Flashbang. They have the tools to get into this retake, to try and make this best of one upset over Liquid happen twice.
Oh, and Fuzi, maybe they've drawn his attention.
Backside for the Aussie. Twist holds onto the pit. Oh! What? Stan swings with the pistol, but it's only one, and the Coffin's kills stopped. Empty is the MP9. The pistol, it's what's needed. No time. Team Liquid take it back over Wildcard. Not this time.
And that's a performance from Team Liquid I can relate to. Not pretty, hairy, but gets the job done.
Really? You can relate to Harry?
My back, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we talked about